Welcome to the MamasteFit YouTube channel. In this workout, we're going to be introducing impact, strengthening the lower body so that you can get back to running and jumping and living a normal life in motherhood. This workout can be done during pregnancy in the first half of pregnancy, but you may want to explore whether or not it feels accessible to you in the second half. This workout is specifically designed for somebody that's in the postpartum phase though. This workout is part C of a 3-part workout from our postpartum return to fitness programs. We offer our postpartum fitness programs in 2 main formats. We have our app-based format and our follow-along video-based format. In our app-based format, it does also include follow-along videos for the first 6 weeks, so this workout is included in the app as well. But the majority of the app is going to be a list of exercise with short demo videos, and then you're going to work out at your own pace. But if you find that a follow-along video is helpful for you, these are included in the app as well. But if you only want to do follow-along videos, our Postpartum On-Demand program is a great option where it's just these videos. All of our postpartum return to fitness programs are designed to help you bridge the gap between rehab and your return to fitness so you can feel strong again in motherhood. You can check out all of our fitness programs on our website at MamasteFit.com and use code YouTube10 to get 10% off any of our online offerings. For this workout, we're going to be doing 2 rounds with an optional 3rd round. So if you want to do just 2, that's fine. If you want to do all 3, feel free to join me. For this workout, we're going to start with ball taps. When we do the ball taps, we can either just kind of hop from foot to foot without actually bringing the feet off the floor. We can come to little hops, or we can come to faster, higher hops. The faster and the higher the feet move, the more impact there will be on the pelvic floor. So just play around what feels good for you in your body. After that, we're going to move to our crossover step up with band and row. And if you want to hold weight for this, feel free. We have 2 variations of the crossover step up, either with an attachment or without. With the attachment variation, I'm going to have it attached around chest to eye level, so typically around like that door frame point. I'm going to stand to the side of the box, and my outside foot is going to come and step up onto the box. I'm going to lean forward at the waist and then exhale to come up and row, and then inhale to release as I come back down. So exhale, come up and row, inhale to lower back down. But if you prefer a no attachment variation, you're going to cross that foot onto the box and hold the band out in front of you. From here, the opposite hand is going to row over the stepping leg. So my right foot is on the box, my left hand is going to row. I'm going to lean into that foot, exhale, come up and row, and then inhale to lower down. After the step-ups, we're going to move to the floor for a bird dog row. You can either have 2 weights for this to support your upper body, or you can have 1 weight in a yoga block. So in the bird dog, I can either have 1 hand up on a yoga block or 1 hand on a weight, or I can have 2 hands on weights. I'm going to exhale to extend the foot and row the opposite hand, and then inhale to lower down. So exhale to row, inhale to lower. We'll do 30 seconds on one side and then 30 seconds on the other. We're then going to finish up each round with a Copenhagen plank, but there's 3 variations of it, so you can find one that feels best for you in your body. The Copenhagen plank helps to strengthen the inner thigh musculature, which is really important when it comes to hip stability, especially as we're trying to return to impact or to running. So I'm going to place my top leg onto an elevated surface, and then I'm going to either bring that bottom leg up towards it to hold here, or that bottom leg can actually stay down on the floor to provide a little bit of support. But if you find that this is too much, or maybe you don't have the equipment available to do the Copenhagen plank, you can do a adductor side plank where we place the top knee onto a yoga block and then press through it to lift the leg. Now from here, I can either keep this leg down on the floor, I can lift just the knee, I can lift the whole leg, or I can pulse it the entire time. If you're finding that the asymmetrical positions are still really uncomfortable for you, we can take that yoga block, place it between the thighs, and I can come up and squeeze it as I hold this side plank position. So for this workout, we're going to need that elevated surface to do our step-ups from, our long resistance band, either with or without an attachment point. If you're using an attachment point, you can also hold on to weight during the step-ups. We're then going to need that elevated surface for the Copenhagen plank or a yoga block. And then we're going to finish up with that bird dog row. So we're going to need some light to medium weights, either 2 of them to support the upper body or 1 weight and 1 yoga block. Once you've got your equipment, let's go ahead and get started with today's workout. So we're going to start round number 1 with those ball taps for 45 seconds. And so again, you can either just lift the heels as you kind of bounce from foot to foot, We can slowly bring the feet off the floor, or we can really bring the feet off the floor, and you can play around with that intensity of whatever feels best for you. So begin to hop from foot to foot. Again, either toes stay on the floor, toes come off, and then playing around with how high and fast. And then we want to think about the rib cage position. Are we thrusting the ribs upward, or can we bring the ribs down so that they're level to the floor and aligned to the pelvis? You can even do like a little burst where you go a little bit faster and then slow down. So you do like 4 or 5 steps a little bit quicker. That sometimes can help to increase the endurance of the pelvic floor. And so we're not clenching our pelvic floors, we're allowing it to move as it needs, and we're trying to introduce different types of impacts and demand to help strengthen it. So let's go ahead and grab onto our band for the step-ups. If you want to hold onto a weight, feel free. So inside hand is going to hold on to the band. Outside foot is going to come across and step up on to the box. Exhale, come on up and row that band. Inhale to lower down. As you come up and row, think slight tuck underneath of the butt. Sometimes we get a little archy with these rowing motions, which can cause a little bit of discomfort in the low back. Let's go ahead and switch sides. So inside hand is holding the band, outside foot crossing over to step up onto that box. Exhale, come on up. Inhale, lower down. Go ahead and release the band, and let's come to the floor for that bird dog row. So again, either 2 weights, 1 in each hand, or 1 weight and a yoga block. So exhale to row that weight as you extend back in the opposite foot. Inhale to come back. As I row, I'm coming back at this 45-degree angle with my upper body and forearm. So I'm not pulling to the shoulder. The weight is coming more towards the hip. And as I extend the leg back, I'm avoiding arching in the back. Let's go ahead and switch sides. So I'm keeping that rib cage and pelvis connection as I extend. Exhale to extend, inhale back. When we keep that connection, it's going to really strengthen the core a lot more than if we break as we arch. Very active in the leg, like you're trying to stand on something behind you. Now let's move on to that Copenhagen plank. Again, there's different variations, so choose the one that feels best for you in your body, either the Copenhagen plank, the side plank adductor, or the block squeeze between your thighs. So go ahead and put more weight into that top leg, either with the bottom leg down on the floor, providing some support. You can lift that bottom leg up, and we're just gonna hold here. Think slight tuck underneath of the butt to push the hips forward. Let's go ahead and switch sides. So placing the top leg onto that elevated surface, yoga block or squeezing a block. And then either keep that top leg or bottom leg down on the floor or lift it and squeeze. The slight tuck underneath of the butt to push the hips forward. At any point you're feeling like it's a little bit too much, you can bring that bottom leg down to give a little bit of support. So still think like 80 to 90% of the weight is in that top leg, but we can have like a little bit of effort in that bottom leg to make it a little bit less intense. Let's go ahead and come off, and we're gonna move into those ball taps. So it's gonna be 45 seconds of hopping from foot to foot, and we're gonna figure out what level of intensity feels good for us. We're gonna explore different speeds, different heights, and just kind of paying attention to these symptoms you may be feeling. So being in a hop from foot to foot, playing around with either just lifting the heels, maybe we're actually hopping, maybe we have a little bit more like high knees going on. And then you can do those little bursts where we do like a few faster steps and then slow down. But again, we're just introducing the impact in a manageable way for our pelvic floor. It's supposed to be kind of like a trampoline, or it moves as we move to kind of respond to the demand. And then think about the rib cage. Is it thrusting up? Can we keep it level to the pelvis? Let's move on to those crossover step ups. So 30 seconds per side. Inside arm is holding on to the band. Outside leg is going to cross over to step up on to that box. If you want to hold on to weight, feel free. Exhale, come on up and row. Inhale to lower down. Think slight tuck underneath of the butt at the top to avoid really big arches. Let's go ahead and switch. Exhale, come on up. Inhale to lower down. Let's go ahead and release that band. And let's move on to those bird dog rows. So coming to that tabletop position, one hand on a block, other hand holding onto a weight, or both hands with weights. And when we extend that foot back, we're going to be really active in that leg. Exhale to extend, inhale to lower. Rowing back at that 90 degrees, so not pulling to the shoulder, but rather back towards like the hip area. Trying to avoid arching in the back. As you bring the foot back, you can just come to the toe, or you can lift the foot, whichever feels better for you. Let's go ahead and switch. Exhale to row and extend. Inhale to come back. Let's go ahead and put our weights to the side, and let's go to that Copenhagen plank. So this is going to conclude round number 2. So if you are done working out, we'll see you next time, but there will be a third round. So top legs on your elevated surface, and then put more weight into that top leg to either lift the bottom leg. Bottom leg can stay down for some additional support, but we want like 80 to 90% of effort in that top leg. Let's go ahead and switch sides. So top leg's up on that elevated surface. Bottom leg can stay down or lift. Exhale, hold. Put more weight into that top leg. You should be primarily feeling this in the inner thigh. And again, that bottom leg can come down to add a little bit of support if you need, but still most of the weight is in that top leg. Go ahead and release down. If you're done with the workout, we'll see you next time. Otherwise, we're going to move into an optional round number 3. So we're going to come back to those ball taps. So 45 seconds playing around with speed, with height, with just overall intensity, and paying attention to how it feels in your body. So go ahead and hop from foot to foot. Either, again, just heels coming up, small, slow hops, or faster, higher hops. You can also do faster, low hops. And you can play around with maybe like a few seconds of picking it up and then slowing down. Keep that rib cage down so we're not thrusting up. Let's come to those step ups. So inside hand holds the band. Outside foot is going to step up on to that box. Exhale, come on up, row that band. Inhale to lower. Think about weight being in that big toe side. So as you go up and down, we're not rolling to the inside of the foot or the outside. Knees staying fairly aligned to the ankle. Let's go ahead and switch sides. Exhale, come on up. Inhale to lower. Go ahead and release that weight in band. Let's come to that bird dog rope. Exhale to extend. Inhale to lower down. As we row, we're rowing back towards the hip. And we're really active in that leg as we extend without arching in the back. Let's go ahead and switch sides. Exhale to extend, inhale and back. Really focusing on that rib to pelvic connection as you extend back. And let's finish up this third round with those Copenhagen planks. So top leg is on their elevated surface, yoga block, squeezing a block, whichever variation you've chosen. And then go ahead and squeeze the legs together, putting weight into that top leg. Let's go ahead and switch sides. And then hold here, either lifting that top foot up or bottom foot up. Keep the foot down for some support. Say tuck the butt underneath, push those hips forward without arching in the back. Keep most of the weight in that top leg. And go ahead and release down. And this concludes our workout. If you enjoyed the workout, know that this is a portion of our postpartum follow-along workout videos that are included both in our on-demand program and our app-based program for the first 6 weeks. And so we want to help you recover from birth, recover from pregnancy, return to fitness so you can feel strong again in motherhood, so you can get up and down from the floor, play with your kids, and not be in pain and feel strong as you do it. And so that is the goal with our postpartum fitness programs. You can check out all of our fitness programs on our website at MamasteFit.com. And again, use code YouTube10 to get 10% off any of our online offerings. If you enjoyed this workout, we release new workouts every Tuesday, both pregnancy, postpartum. We've got yoga flows that come out occasionally, mobility flows. So it's a good variety of different types of workouts that you can do to help support you during your pregnancy, your birth, and beyond.